Which brings us to what you mentioned earlier, the backup plan. It's easy for you and me and everyone else to point at what a disaster Joe is and say he's going to be gone, but they're not just going to lay down and let Trump or DeSantis or whoever take it in 2024. They're going to come up with some kind of a plan. They always rally around one guy. Who's it going to be? I've said Eric Adams just for lack of options. Doan can't do it. Everyone hates her. Pete's too gay to win a Democrat primary. You can't get the black vote. I say it has to be someone like Adams, right?
Yeah, look, I don't know. I'm awful bad at this. I'm historically terrible at guessing who the Democrats may prop up. Look, all this time I thought that Kamala Harris was going to be a shoo-in the last time around because she checks off all of the boxes for the left. But they couldn't get her above, 2% in the Democratic primaries. And what they do, they went with the old white guy who's basically senile. And Kamala Harris, I mean, if there's anyone who is less popular than Joe Biden, it's Kamala Harris. And then you throw in there some of the other ones. You throw in there Gavin Newsom, who they're talking about. I mean, Gavin Newsom is absolutely he's as desirous of that position and ambitious as you can be. Yeah, I mean, he's another white guy who looks like American Psycho, and kind of acts like it too. I don't know how he'll do in a Democratic primary. I don't know how he'll do with the kind of Democratic power brokers that really decide these things. I mean, we've seen it. We saw it, I think, after the Obama upset victory in 2008 over Hillary Clinton. Really, since then, the Democratic Party clamped down and they said, okay, we're not going to, we're not going to let the people decide any of this, which kind of was one reason why they tried to subvert Bernie's chances in 2016 in favor of Hillary. So and they did the same thing with Biden, really. I mean, Biden was just propped up by the Democratic establishment. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think the lesson is that there doesn't really have to be that much of a connection between folks, between the candidates that the Democratic Party offers and the people who will vote for them. I mean, the party will just decide on who it is, and that's what it'll be. I mean, this was the case in the Republican Party for a long time until Donald Trump.
Yeah. All right, Dave. Let's ask. I know you've seen the Hunter Biden stuff, the videos, the whatever. To be frank, it made me feel kind of bad for Hunter Biden. Clearly just a grease fire of a human being, an addict, somebody who's going to be a mess his entire life. But it really is a big deal if the president's son is a crackhead on video with ladies of the night making illegal deals with China. It really is a big deal.
Well, it's the last part that brings it into kind of national security threat zone. Look, I mean, even if he wouldn't be making deals with China or with the Russians or the Ukrainians or really God knows who else at this point, it would be a bad thing because it would open up the president to blackmail. It would, it's always kind of ugly and a crisis. But then when you add to the fact that this guy was the main instrument for enriching the Biden family personally, based on bennies that could be gotten from the U.S. government and Joe Biden's position as vice president and president. I mean, this is really, really seriously criminal stuff. And I mean, we're looking at the videos, and of course, it's shocking. Some of the you see him with crack, you see him doing all kinds of insane stuff naked. I mean, all of that is crazy and kind of tabloid fodder. But let's not forget the fact that these people are making bank off of off of their position as off of the public trust that is kind of entrusted to them. This is some of the worst, nastiest, most grotesque corruption that this country has ever seen. I mean, it's definitely the most base and degenerate corruption scandal that I think the presidency has ever seen, and the media doesn't want to cover it.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, The Forgotten Genocide, the first episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.